Today's the 12th of January 2018. I'm at the CMT Trade Fair in Stuttgart. This is the day before it actually opens to the public. This is a professionals day. This vehicle is the Burstner Ixeo i690G, which is a 7 metre long vehicle, 232 centimetres wide, and it will cost, well, from 73,000, and if you want the options that this has got, it's 79,000. One thing I have to say about price is that prices are not very accurate because it depends what extras you take with it, and I've had correspondence with people writing things, this doesn't cost this much, it costs that much. And in some cases with the motorhome you can easily look at 50% being added onto the price by extras. Just point that one out for the benefit of those who complain about prices. Stupendous garage in there, high garage at that, but 350 kilos inside. As we walk in, we see it's got an XL door, as many vans have, because people are getting fatter. Of course, you know, people are getting fatter, but people who use motorhomes tend to be health conscious. I think, I might be wrong on that one, I'm into demographics. Right, let's have a look around. We've got the twin beds in the back, got steps up there, you've got hanging space on the left, and here on the right we've got a slidey out drawer. Now, I've bought a new camera because of people complaining that my camera didn't have a wide enough angle. But when I put it into the computer last night, I did notice there was a wide angle on it, but I also noticed it tended to shake more, which is not a good sign. Anyway, we'll come onto that subject a bit later because this is the first thing I filmed today with this. What do you think of these lockers? So you open it by putting your thumb on that. I think that's quite attractive. How do you open this one then? I have to go up there. Well, I won't do that now. And let's have a look down the front as well. So you're in bed, and that's the view of the vehicle that you get. Now in the kitchen we see a slightly different approach, in as much as there is a tea towel rack on here and a place to hang things up with as well. Now it's only a little gesture, isn't it, really, but it costs next to nothing, but that's just the sort of thing you can find yourself needing. So I think that's great. Now let's have a look at the kitchen in general, because of it. Okay, so you're preparing food there, you've got a place there for your plants, as in this case, or you're washing up or whatever it is that you want to put up there. The sink is relatively deep. We've got there a drawer for your knives and forks. The drawer's open like this. Easy. Tower fridge, it's a big one. More drawers down there. Now, for those who are into cooking, I think that this is quite it's quite a good setup as well. You've got this really big overhead locker above it, so you can get your beans or whatever you've got, dried foods in there. I would keep my vegetables somewhere down there, those which wouldn't go in the fridge, for example. Although the fridge is so big, you might want to put them in the fridge. You've got this, it'll be relatively standard, you know, 3 burners. It's always better if you can get a protection though on there to stop the heat, because these things can deform. I've done it before. So as a kitchen, I think actually that's a very nice unit there. Right, so behind the kitchen we've got this, the wet room. There's me. And we've got 2 domestic plug holes. We can see that this bit here comes away, so there's a little catch over there, which I'll show you. Press that in there, and the wall will come out like that. Got a little bit of space there for your soaps and other stuff you might want to keep in your wet room. Okay, toilet's absolutely standard. Now let's come into the lounge. Right, you've got this big bed there, which does somewhat lower the height of the roof. I'd say more than somewhat, quite a lot, I would say. So if you're sitting down here, I'm now at the place where I'm touching the roof, right? So I'm just only halfway around the table. Let's have a sit down on the seat, which is used for taking your shoes off on. Now, one thing I notice is down here we've got a bit of storage. So you know what you can do, you come in, sit on this seat, and you can stick your shoes down there in the double floor. I like a double floor. And you've got another bit of storage down there as well. I quite like this fan. You can probably guess from my previous films what I don't like. Obviously I'm not so keen on the overhead bed up there, but or if there's going to be an overhead bed, you can have a bit more height in the van. Of course I'm just now throwing thousands onto the price, if not tens of thousands, by buying things like that. And of course the fridge, but that goes without saying. Sound like a small fridge. I really like this space up front for keeping stuff on. And that is the big advantage of the integrated over the semi-integrated models. But on the other hand, you need to replace the windscreen, and that is the big disadvantage of the fully integrated. I also like a chair that comes around like that, so you've got somewhere to stick your feet. You know, I'm thinking about this chair down here. I know I've said in many films in the past that I don't like it. Maybe I'm getting older, but I've become to see the point. In this van, it sort of works, because I think that you come in and you take your shoes off, sitting down there you take your shoes off. And what else could you really put in its place with the bed above it? So there's some points to think about. Right up here you got your telly, if you want one, electrics as well. Let's have a walk around the outside. And at the same time you can see some other vans, which I can't guarantee to film unless you tell me before I leave, and then I'll do my best. There you see the rear, rather elegant rear, the Burstner Ixeo i690G. 2 doors for the garage, that's very useful. There you've got your gas. In here you've got your electrics. Now, sorry, you've got your EHU. In here we've got the electric hookup and your water. Now this can be kept warm because it's heated, but I personally don't like the idea of having the EHU and the water in the same place. I don't really think it's necessary, but that's my point of view. I do appreciate though that that's pretty well insulated. That's quite a nice van. We're just now getting a clean up.